Good evening, everyone. Jesus is Lord came in first, but they said they were going to do replay. And Micah. Micah's here. Thank you, Micah, for coming. We are going to be showing some hats that I'm going to be taking with us. Yes. Thank you, Micah, so much. Can you put a 1 in the chat if you're able to hear us? I'm pretty sure you can. And this is my friend. I got this right. Our treasured home, Nancy. We go live usually at 8, but tonight I decided to go live at 7. There's a lot of things I need to get ready to head to YouTube Meet-Up at Tenkiller. Hi, Kim. Thank you for coming. And there is Janae. And yes, I can barbecue. Thank you, Simon. And Madwood Barbecue. Yes, Nancy is typing as me because you see my hands here. I asked her to do that for me because I have my keyboard pushed all the way up. So when we get a little more, yes, Simon. Hi, Kim. I'm going to be showing a bunch of knitted hats that I've made in 2 different kinds. That's what. And then, of course, probably Nancy has something to show too.
I have finished making
Bowen.
Together.
Bowen just came in. Oh, we will raise you up in prayer, Madwood Barbecue.
Amen, Terry.
And hi, Rainbow. Yeah, Terry, we will lift you up in prayer. And well, we got 7 people in here. Well, we've got a little bit of surprise because I'm going to click on something. Extra camera. Huh? Please connect more video input devices. Oh, that's interesting. Why isn't it letting me bring that picture up? Screen share, images, extra camera. I'm guessing he may not have that camera connected up. Well, I guess I'll do it the other way.
Technical difficulties here.
Definitely. So.
Why don't you make me small and you big?
Okay.
That will help.
I've got to figure out which one that is. There we are. Okay. I have a, let me raise that up. I now have a mannequin's head to show you these hats. Now, this tag that's on here, I'm going to put this as number 1. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put a number 1 on this one. And when the people decide who's going to take this hat, I'm going to ask them to make sure they put their name on the back, their channel name, so that I know who got number 1 hat. So that's what I had that put on. So this is the hat. Kind of a salmon with, they call it, it's not really a pink. It's more of a light peach color. I think it's called rice on the packaging. That's number 1 hat. Put that down in there. Now these are the different a different style of hat that I now make. That one that can turn inside, turn one way, or the other way. There we go. Now you guys can see the colors. What's nice about these hats is that you can change it. Now let's see if I can slide this on the head. Everybody kept saying I needed something to show my hats. Here's the second one. So I'm going to put that one as number 2. Here's number 3. Now this is usually the yarn that most of the yarns that I use is this kind. There's that. Yes. Yeah, she doesn't have a channel. She's just a person that likes to support. So here's number 3. Ooh, look at what Terry said.
Fantastic.
I am so happy for you. But this is number 3 hat. Wow, that is amazing. Okay, I'm going to show this. I'm going to pull this down, show you guys the whole thing. Now I'm going to turn this the other way. This will be number 4. Having this kind of hat, you're able to change it if you want to. Now let's see what it looks like on here. This is so much fun doing this, trying to put it on the head. So yeah, that's that hat. That's number 4. Now, if these hats, I have 3 different kinds. This one has a black no, it's charcoal. And then that salmon color. Reversible. Yes, they are. You know, and I just started. There's that one. Thank you, Jane Doe. I want to put something on this because it just. Hi, Ace. Thank you for coming in, Ace. There we go. Yep. Now this one, as you can see, is very thin. This one I made with just it's a 3 ply. Hi, Bud Files. Hi, Peaceful Des. So this is going to be number 5, I think. See how what's so nice about that is you can just change the color to what way you want to wear this. But this one, as you can see, this is very light. So it's definitely not going to be I think Des is going to like this. Look at what I now have, Des. I have this kind of this man, calling it mannequin thing to put my hats on. So okay. That one turned out really beautiful. There's who stole your BF? Is Sue in here? So yes, I'm bringing these to Tenkiller, and if there's any left when I come back home, we'll find some homes for them. But these tags are going to have numbers on them, and I wanted people to put their names. That the tag is going to be taken off, and whoever takes this hat, I will have their name on this. Here's one I made. Oh, boyfriend. Isn't that one beautiful? Nancy?
Yes, it is.
And this, change it to the other side where you just kind of have dark colors. Let's see here. There's that one. Let's see if I can straighten that out just a little bit. Are you talking about Madwood? So there's this one. Now, the only difference between this is that I did a gray instead on the bottom. There's a, come here. I need to find some way to there it is. Yes, Nancy is down in the corner. No, I am talking about the head. Oh, sorry. Well, everybody kept telling me I needed to get something to display my hats, so Ronald said buy that one. So I did. Well, let's sit that one down.
Yeah, I didn't see myself down there at all. That's funny.
Oh, I see you right there in the corner, poking at you. This one is one of my favorites while I was making it. Let me pull my Dez's boyfriend. Take a look at this. Let me back up a little bit. There we go. You see all these And this was just one skein of yarn. All of these colors were on there. Here's the other side. This one turned out so beautiful. See that color there? And then this dark to the light. This thing is just so amazing. Now hold on to my, there we go. Yeah, this. These turned out so very nice. That hat looks like mine. It might be, it's, I got these different yarns, and yeah, there's your boyfriend, Des. Claire in Missouri. Now this one was kind of interesting. Let's move. I'll just put on it Des' boyfriend. This was what was left of some yarn that I made a hat out of, and I figured, hey, I'll just use it as the band and then do that gray. This one I think just really is very interesting. Yes, Nancy is talking as me. Here is it. There's that.
That looks so cool.
It makes it nice so they really can see what the shape of it is. And so Des, tell me what color I should make this. Because I do want to, it makes it look so light here. I want to put some type of color on it. I just, you know what? Mr. Okay, there's that one. This one I just finished. Did I finish this one yesterday?
I think so.
I think I finished this one yesterday. Because there's three of them. Three of them that I finished. Or two of that I finished today. So that's that one. Oh, blue. I guess I can.
Blue man band.
Medium beige. Oh, that sounds good. It's kind of like, oh my, the cat's up here.
Oh.
Now let's see here. Nobody ever asked him if he wanted a hat put on his head, but I'm going to anyway.
That's a good idea, Des. Give him a light tan.
Light tan. Because that white just, oh. So there's that one. I'm just going to sit these in my bag. Now this one turned out really pretty. I do not have a blue friend. Okay. Blue boyfriend. Take a look at this one. That was on one skein of yarn. And it's that style that I usually make. And here it is on the mannequin. Let's call him Manny. That's that Slow it down, Rebecca. Slow down so they can see it. This one is so pretty. This is one I did. This is one I did today. This is the one I just finished today. Back it up. There we go. Now watch what happens when I turn it the other way. This is kind of all one color on that side, but when you turn it, you've got green and purple in this one, and kind of a purplish tan and green. You can see that there's some, oh, what would I call that? Kind of a lime green color. Yes, he is lightheaded. Let's see here. Hair rats can be fun. Yes, they can. Okay, this is just the exact opposite, where I put the gray on the bottom, and then that okay. There we are. Just a little bit different because we're going the gray with the, I would call it salmon, maybe. Here's the reversible of this one. Look at those unusual colors on this one. Now, because I don't have one of these where you can change the back and forth, I'm going to do two others because I need to make one more hat like this in this style. There's that one. Okay. Here's number 9 of this one.
That's fine.
This one turned out really nice. Now, I need you guys to put some sunglasses on because this one is really bright. And I do mean really bright. Are you guys ready?
That's so cool. I like that one.
It's like, what? And this is the other side of it. So that has that light pink up there. Hi, R. Your name is on the tip of my tongue. R and B. I think it's honey. I think. How do you like that bright hat? That bright hat. I'm like, whoa. Now we're going to put it on. Okay. BB wants to play. So there it is. Bonnie. Okay. So if you're coming to Tenkiller, all of these hats will be there. And this tag that's on here, I'm going to have numbers on it. And hi, Debbie Drock and Ace. I'm going to have numbers on these, and I'm going to have a little sign that says, please remove tag, because I'd like them to put their channel name or their name on this tag so I know who got that hat. But that thing is so bright. And here is the last hat. Now, this is a blanket type yarn that I put on this one, and then that color up there. I don't have the very last hat because it's not made yet. And there's, so I've got 9 of the reversibles and 10 of these. Yeah, that's the hats that I've made. And then there'll be one more of the ones that feed into each other. You know, that you can change, reverse. Now, here's the Nancy brought up something. I'm gonna now let me see. Trying to figure out, okay, that one. There we are. Nancy's back. We wanted to be able to have you guys be able to see. Well, he's now gonna be sprayed beige, because that's like, you see how that whiteness is. Right now, I have 20 Scrubbies. But what I ended up doing, so that whenever I make Scrubbies, I always do kind of a matching color. Well, that's that one. And then there's a Scrubby one on the other side. These are snack packs that I ended up putting the Scrubbies in. So all they have to do is lift a package out.
Rebecca,
Yes.
you have a question.
Yes, I do. In Canada. Okay. How much I'm selling my hats that the regular with the brim are $25. And that includes shipping, but with Canada, that's a lot more. to shipping the hats. And the other hats, because they take 100 rows to make them, I'm doing $30 on the ones that you can reverse. And then, of course, I do the Santa hats, and did I say 35 on those?
I think so. We need to ask Bonnie a question. Does she know Scott from Rambling with the Brums?
Brooms. Yeah. Do you know Scott from Rambling with the Brooms? Are you even close to him? Because I'm not sure if he still has his U.S. mailing, and there's also Creekside Chronicles. I know they have a U.S. address, but Rambling with the Brooms, he's in, where is he?
Well, I know he has a post office in, I think it's New York, because
No,
he comes with stuff.
she doesn't. Bonnie doesn't. Do you want to go to my About page and put in my email so that she can email me?
Well, I think Jane Doe can do that a little bit faster than I can.
Probably do that. Jane Doe, please put my email in chat, and you can email me, and we'll figure out something. Because from what I'm understanding, I don't know if they're still doing the tariffs. If it's a handmade item, which it is, I wouldn't think you'd be paying those duty taxes on it because it's a handmade item.
I think Jennifer Ocean Homestead also has a
Yeah, Jennifer Ocean Homestead also has an U.S. address. Might find out where she's at. What part of Canada do you what is your province there in Canada?
Oh, I can tell you where Jennifer's at.
So what I ended up doing was putting them in these snack packs so that when someone picks what Scrubbies they want, they're able to just pull this packet out and take them. Thank you, Jane Doe. Now, these were the ones that I made with the USA, red, white, and blue. And there's that one with the white. And here's this one again. That's one with white thread for Scrubby.
All right.
These are all about the same.
Jennifer Ocean Homesteads in Belladune, NB. So is that New Brunswick?
New Brunswick. That's in New Brunswick. High Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. I know his name. It's escaping my Mark. So
I said to pay the shipping. Well, I know there's a 90-day pause on tariffs with some countries, but I don't know all the countries. That's a long list.
So these ones are all the same on this side. I just did white with the red, white, and blue. Just going to pull these all out and show you guys the Scrubbies and hold it there. That is on the other side of Canada.
Oh my goodness.
Now this one was done with the cotton. This is full cotton Scrubby. Here's this one. I'm probably going to be making some more of these because that's purple with purple yarn. Now I'll show you these. turn that around. There we go. And I made this one. At least that's coming up a lot better. There's that one. This is done with the blue scrubby yarn I did the blue instead. So there's that. That's the blue. This one I had run out of, and you can see there's a little bit of yellow in there. I just used some yarn that I had left on that one. Thank you, Kim. Take a look at this. This one I did with some cotton yarn. You can see that it's kind of a crinkled cotton yarn. We found out something about that. It breaks very easily. So I won't be using that anymore. Now this one, I'm going to take out of the packet. I was trying to figure out some different colors because I didn't have any more blue. Look what I did to this one. I put black in it.
I thought that looked so cool.
That's what I ended up doing on that one. Is I didn't have any black scrubby yarn, but take a look at that one. Here's some more. These are all in the American flag. Now, this one was very interesting. Is I made it with a white. That one even turned out really pretty. And then here's the last of the Scrubbies. I didn't think I had any more of this. Take a look. I have 2 more balls that I can make some more Scrubbies that I will be making. So I definitely want to take a lot more of these. Each one of the Scrubbies takes me a half an hour to make.
Well, she's been cranking those out behind.
There's 20 packages in here. That's 40 Scrubbies. Literally 40 Scrubbies. And what do you want to? Thank you, Jane Doe. Definitely Scrubbies are really nice to have and be able to have some things for some people when I go to Tenkiller. Did you want to show anything, Nancy?
Only thing I have, I had the what I showed last week that I finally finished, but
Okay.
oh my goodness, my leg hurts so bad. I just haven't sewed it all together yet. And then I did make something else.
Thank you, Kim.
Alrighty. Now I've got the here. So this is the arm. This is one arm. This will be the other arm. And I thought I have enough, but I did on that. Then this is the back panel.
Wow.
And this will be a front. And then this will be a front. And then it'll button up, a little button up. And then Saturday and Sunday, I worked on this while watching all the storm chasers and Ryan Hall and other storm people. So I made a scarf. My goal is to try to start making scarves and hats to take up to the fire station or send them to for donations. Another shipping be all right, but I don't worry about the shipping. Just because of all the storms that have happened in the last few weeks, or this month and everything, with tornadoes and everything going on, people are going to need those things. Look, North Carolina and everything. So that's what I'm working on. And then after I get back from my trip, I'm going to start working on quilts and making quilts.
Well, Des says make sure I take good care of her boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
I certainly will. Everybody kept telling me I needed a mannequin head, right?
Mm-hmm.
So his name's. Are you okay with his name being Manny? Oh wow. It's going to be interesting.
Yes, it is.
But other than that, we're just getting ready for tomorrow. I'll have my car back, and things. She says, "Ew." Well, what do you want to name him?
Oh, Lordy, that's hilarious.
It is hilarious. I'm getting smacked by my dog's tail. At least it's not Blues. Just trust me, Blues is much beefier and it hurts when that dog whacks you with his tail because it's like it's not doom 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 like Denver.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Different dogs, their tails are skinny,
Hi,
medium.
Wanda Henry. Jack. Okay. Or Jock. Jock.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick. Oh,
As you
goodness.
see, my hands are here. That is Nancy typing for me because I have the keyboard all the way up there. Yes. But oh my goodness. Hi, Farmstead. You're going to be at Tenkiller, correct?
Oh, I do have some good news. I've lost 3 pounds since I've been to the doctor last week.
Oh, Sparrow. Okay. Hi, Dawn.
Oh,
Dawn, are you going to be at Tenkiller? Because there's a bunch of hats and scrubbies I'm bringing with me. definitely. Yes, there's 9 people in here now.
Woohoo!
It's getting close to 8 o'clock now, and
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited to go to Tenkiller again since we didn't get to go last year.
But you know, it was a blessing because they had all those
Oh, I
tornadoes.
know. Going to be at Tenkiller. We're going to Cub Scout event. I'm camp director, and I'll have 600 people coming.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Wow. Well, we're going to see how the car does and our finances, because we might end up just going, up on Friday and sleep somewhere and then come back on Saturday or something. I just don't know what we're going to end up doing because when you're on disability, finances can get tough.
Exactly.
We'll see what happens, and because I know that I definitely know that I'm probably going to be at Jan's is here in Missouri. That won't be as hard to drive for me because Ronald doesn't drive. I'm the only driver. Tomorrow will be, like I said, I'll be picking up the car tomorrow. There was some things that James told me, but he hasn't told me everything. Yeah, definitely does. I'm hoping that we can get there, and see some friends. Yeah, it's like, it's about a 6.5 hour drive, maybe, for me. And there's Kevin, Can't Be Cage Free. I'm doing okay, Kevin. Just getting ready to go to Tenkiller. Yes, it's there's a whole bunch of hats, and there's Lori, the old school Catholic. So sorry, I'm late. Hey, you're here at the time you're supposed to be here. Because I was going to put 8. I thought I put 8, but I put 7. And I know there's other people that go live at 7. I know that Pope, your Pope, passed away today. Yeah, that is okay. That you're here now. We got about 10 minutes left before we aren't live anymore. I love you guys supporting me. And being here. You mean a lot. You really do. You're my friends. As some people call it, family. My friends and family. I am going to be, while I'm there at Tenkiller, there are 2 people that I've been wanting to go live with, but they have been so busy that we haven't been able to go live and make their knitted hats. So Jack at Dyer Family Farm and his wife will be the only 2 people that I'm going to be bringing yarn for, and I'm going to make their hats on I'm going to be taking the iPad with me and, use the roaming thing, to record that, and I'll be making their hats there. He's going to get a camouflaged one, and I think hers was blue and black. Yes, community. Thank you for my favorite color, Ace. My favorite color is yellow. But, so I will be, they'll probably come over and watch me making their hats while I'm live. No, they're not going to be surprised. They know this. They definitely do know that I'm going to do that. So once in a while they'll probably come over and see what I'm doing. While I'm on that live. Unlike you, Kevin, I did surprise him with a hat when I went up to Simply Jan, and when Steve Backwoods Misfit, he had no clue that I was making him a knitted hat while I was underneath this canopy. And I says, "Hey, Kevin, come here." He's like, "What?" I says, "Here's your hat." Just like, "What?" He had no clue at all. Well, the thing was, is I showed him this ball of yarn. I says, "What do you think of this color?" He says, "Oh, I like that." And I thought, "Ooh, okay."
Y'all, Rebecca's sneaky. Y'all need to be on P's and Q's.
I was sneaky. He was like, "What?" But yeah. And of course, in Missouri, we do get cold. And he's been wearing that hat when it got cold. Keeps his head warm. Definitely. I really loved being sneaky about that. He's laughing. It's like, what? Such a surprise. Big time. It kind of, my channel somewhat changed because I would go into people's lives, just go on to different lives, and I'd be there like a couple or three times. And then I'd ask them what their favorite color was. Nobody got what that meant. It meant that, and then I would go if they had their email on there, and I'd say, "Please, can I have your address? I have a surprise for you." And they'd give me their address, or if their P.O. box was there. And then I'd email them and say, "Hey, your package has been delivered." They had no idea what I was sending them. I kind of miss those days.
And that's where
being
shipping was
able
cheap.
to surprise somebody with a homemade knitted hat that they had no idea was coming. I now we know your secret. Yes, you do. Everybody does. Maybe not everybody, because there are still some people that don't know about my channel. That I'm a very giving person. And it keeps me busy. And also, there's one more thing that I forgot to grab. There's going to be a blanket that I'm taking also to Tenkiller. It was on Nancy's live last week. And I'm going to probably ask to get paid back, because that yarn was expensive. So there is going to be a price on that blanket. And if people want to, with the other knitted hats or the scrubbies, if they do want to donate to help us get more yarn, they can. If they can't, it's okay. Thank you, Wanda and Jane Doe. Yes, there has been a lot of people that have been blessed. It warms my heart when, like, Mike, she did a video of the two hats that I sent her, that I had completely forgot that I was sending her hats. And I finally made them and sent them to her, and she did a short about them. It was really, really sweet. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm also working on a blanket for Tony and Joni at Creekside Maples and Creekside Chronicles. There's my bro.
Hey, Rano.
Hi. You laughed when she told you that I called the title a car. She's so serious. She needs to lighten up.
She has a lot on her mind.
I have a lot on my mind, bro.
That was funny though.
It's like,
I thought you did laugh out of it.
no, I'm sorry, bro.
No. You laughed at it when I called that paper a car.
Yes, I got my title today that the guy said I had to have to get my car licensed, which isn't true. Des says, hi, Ronald.
I did.
I am making a dress and socks and a blanket for our new pastor and his wife. They are having a baby in July. Ooh, I was born in July. I was born the last part of July. But yes, I'm also a July baby.
Everybody saying hello, Ronald.
Yep. Everybody's saying hi, Ronald.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sewing, Dawn? Yeah. I also have a baby blanket to make for two of Amy's. Hi, Marianne Bimler. Thank you for coming. Marianne, are you going to be able to be at Tenkiller? Because there's going to be some hats that are going to be taken there that I have in this bag. All of those. And then one more that I have to still make. Ronald's he left. Crocheting the dress and blanket.
Cool.
Knitting the socks. Yeah. Yep. Oh, wow. Isn't that weird typing in there and it's you, but me?
That's funny. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, wow. But other than that, we're all doing good here. We had a bit of a storm Sunday evening. Even Nancy and I were on the phone. She heard it like boom, boom, and the tornado sirens. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you so much. But it has been so great being able to do this for people. Making the blanket. I don't remember how many blankets I've made, but large blankets, there's only going to be 2 so far. Was the one for Karen at Flash Ministries and Creekside Chronicles. Theirs is a king size. Hers was a California king. And Scott Brum, Lee at Fisherman 506 got a blanket for me. Do you knit or sew or crochet, Nancy? She does. I'll let her answer that.
I sew and crochet. I still have. I know as far as knitting goes, I can take it and get that first row going, but the purl and knit, forget it. I'm still lost on that. But I started sewing a few years ago, just trying to how to start teaching myself, and then a couple other people have been helping me. So I'm learning that as I go along too. I can show you something real quick.
Yeah, Robert MacMedia just came in. Thank you for coming.
This is a lap blanket. And that's one side. My lines still aren't straight, but that will come in time, and that's the other side. So I've got the foot that goes onto my brother's sewing machine, the attachment to sit there and quilt, like if you quilt lines, zigzags, or whatever. And I put this to the side because we have to get ready for inspection this month. So after that, I will be finished doing that one. Anastasia's already called it. So, but I've been sewing, and I do crochet, but I would like to knit. But if I'm a knit, I think I'm just gonna get the looms like Rebecca has and just do it that way.
Definitely. Yeah, I do have knitting needles. You know, the long knitting needles, but I haven't done it in such a long time. You know, but thank you everyone for coming. We're going to go ahead and get on out of here, and thank you everyone that has come, and you are such great friends. We'll talk to you later. Good night.
Have a great night.